Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto and I'm a photographer. Welcome to another video. Today is the 20th anniversary of DxO. Exactly 20 years ago, back in 2004, they released their very first image processing app called DxO Optics Pro version 1. And to celebrate their birthday, I decided to share this video and highlight two specific features that make me like their apps. And those two features are the very excellent noise suppression and excellent lens profiles. In this video, I'm going to be using Pure 4 in Lightroom as a plugin. But it works as a standalone app as well, and you can easily include it in your workflow no matter what your main photo processing app is. But before we proceed, here is a disclaimer. This is not a paid advertisement. Nobody asked me to make this video. However, when I saw the 20th birthday of DxO approaching, I decided that this is a good moment to share why I like their apps. They also have a special birthday offer for 20 days starting today. So if you are in the market for a noise reduction app or another photo processing app, please take a look at their website. I'm going to put an affiliate link down below. So if you use that link, you'll support my channel at the same time. But feel no pressure. Use that link only if you really need something. Do not buy anything unless you really need it. And now let's finally get to the point of this video. Why are lens profiles so important? Well, pretty much every new lens relies on software corrections to some extent. Usually it's the distortions and vignetting that are corrected, but maybe something else too, like chromatic aberrations or something else. And that is just a fact and the way things are today, whether you like it or not. And that's why you'll want the best possible lens profiles, lens correction profiles for your lens if you want to extract the very best performance of the expensive lens that you just bought. And in my opinion, DxO lens profiles are by far the best, and I'm just going to demonstrate that with a couple of pictures from my Sony a6700 and the 11mm f1.8 wide-angle lens. And it's typically the wide-angle lens that benefit the most from these great lens profiles, but also telephoto lenses and all lenses benefit from high quality lens profiles. My first picture is this night scene from Bangkok, Thailand. I shot this from a balcony, handheld, wide open, with this combo f1.8, quarter of a second exposure time, ISO 200. So no high ISO noise issues with this picture, but look what happens when I put this through Pure 3. Look how much more horizontal coverage I get. 415 pixels. And I think this photo simply looks better like this, and I can get the full angle of view from this wide angle. But sometimes when you're out there shooting, you may end up with less than perfect framing. It's the heat of the moment, maybe you're in a hurry, or you're simply paying too much attention to your main subject in the frame and not paying enough attention to the edges of the frame. And this is exactly what happened in this picture that I shot at Moomba Festival in Melbourne. I like this photo a lot. It conveys the festival feeling pretty well, I think. But I so wish there was a little bit more room on the left side of the picture. I wish that yellow thing, I think it's some sort of a soft toy, would show up a bit more in the picture. But look what happens when I run this picture through Pure 4. Now there's just enough of the yellow thing visible on the left side of the picture because I get that same 415 extra horizontal pixels. And now if I crop the right side of the photo just a little bit, it becomes almost like a perfect composition. I like this so much better than the original one, even though the difference is not that huge. These are only two examples of what a high quality lens profile can do for you. There are many other applications or situations where a high-quality lens profile is beneficial. DxO lens profiles also apply a unique sharpening algorithm to your photos. They do not apply a uniform sharpening across the frame. Instead, they apply more sharpening where it's needed, usually in the corners, and less sharpening in the middle of the picture, and therefore the end result looks better and more natural than with some other lens profiles. However, there's one downside. Not all the lenses are included. DxO lens profile catalog is huge, but not every lens is included. So before you buy their apps, please do check out that your favorite lenses are included, because if they are not included, you won't be able to take advantage of these excellent lens profiles. And now let's move on to the noise suppression. There are so many tips here on YouTube how to choose the correct ISO value and how to avoid ISO mistakes. However, in real life, there are so many situations where you simply have no choice or no time to play with your ISO settings. Maybe it's too dark, you'll want to retain a certain shutter speed to prevent motion blur, or some other reason. There are millions of reasons why you may end up with a noisy picture because you had to use quite high ISO value. Here I have two pictures that I shot at relatively high ISO value, and I'm gonna show you what Puro 4 can do with these pictures. Here's the first sample picture shot on my Sony A7 Mark IV at ISO 12800. The reason for this high ISO value was that the light level was quite low and I wanted to retain relatively fast 1/40 shutter speed to prevent any light streaks in the traffic, and also I was shooting handheld. And to be honest, I think my camera handles this pretty high ISO value quite well. However, after tweaking the picture, adding contrast, pushing the shadows, and a few other things, that also enhances the noise. And after all that post-processing, especially the shadow noise is a little bit too much. So I ran this through Puro 4 and I think the end result, it looks simply fantastic. If you buy this app, I encourage you to play with the sliders a little bit, because sometimes the default setting that the app offers produces slightly too clean picture. And if you want to retain some of that organic look in your picture and not completely remove all the noise, you'll want to dial in a little bit less of the luminance noise reduction. So play with the sliders and see what kind of results you like. Here's my second picture, also from the Sony A7 Mark IV. It's a long telephoto shot, 400mm, and the subject is quite far away from my camera, as you can probably see from the picture. The ISO value was 4000, nothing unusually high for a full-frame camera. However, because the subject is so far away, there's a lot of air between my camera and the subject, and that lowers the contrast. And after I dialed in a few post-processing settings, the noise became a little bit too pronounced and distracting, especially in the sky, in the flat sky area. And I decided to run this through Puro 4 to remove the noise, and here you can see the result, which I think looks pretty spectacular. And to be honest, it almost looks too clean to me, and maybe I should have dialed in a little bit less luminance noise reduction. However, this shows pretty well what the app can do, and like I said earlier, please play with the dials and see what you like if you decide to buy this app and start using it. So there you have it, some thoughts on high quality lens profiles and noise removal. If you decide to take advantage of DxO's 20th anniversary 20% off offer, please use my affiliate link down below and support my channel at the same time. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll definitely see you soon in the next video.